Alright, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Um, Christian terrorism versus Muslim terrorism. See, because America is supposed to be a Christian nation, we we see Islam as enemies to the ISIS kind of Al Qaeda kind of thing. They're terrorists because they want to. I don't really know why the fuck we say terrorists. I really don't. I really don't give a shit. But the thing about it is, we're saying it from an American perspective, and racially, from my perspective as a black man, I don't see how America can call anybody a terrorist, or Christians can call anybody a terrorist. Like the things that this country does to people in this country, should we make up the term Christian on Christian violence? Because a lot of the violence perpetuated from person to person is normally from Christian to Christian, right? So are Christians terrorizing each other in this country? Yes. Are we a Christian nation whose military, most of the people in it are quote unquote Christians, and they go to other countries and do shit to other people that those people might consider terrorism? Yes. So are Christians terrorizing? Is America a Christian country abroad terrorizing other religions that are Christians, Muslim, Buddhist, Jewish, um, atheist, Hindu? Yes. So to say, you know, is Islam promotes terrorism, maybe it does. I don't. Maybe it does over there. I don't know. But I know with American Christianity is definitely terroristic. It ain't no. That's in the books. That's the history. That's what it is. You know, sometimes can this Christianity that we have, can we go? Are we people of goodwill? Is this country a country of goodwill? At times, it very much so is. It does go abroad and help people, but using the same exact terminology to go abroad and help people is the same terminology they use to lie about helping people to steal people's shit and kill them. So it's the same thing. Like you say the same exact thing when you're helping somebody that you do when you're hurting somebody. So it's more negative than the negativity doesn't the positivity doesn't outweigh the negativity. So at the end of the day, what are we saying? You know, people say they're scared of and that's the thing. People are scared of terrorists. Because I mean, the Nation of Islam, I remember, was considered a terrorist group because you know, and here's the thing about it, especially Muslim terrorism or Muslim terrorists or Islam or whatever. Is it terrorist? Are they considered terrorists because they do not want to abide by American imperialism? Is that why people are terrorists? Because they like, you're not gonna come here doing that shit, and if we gotta go over there and fuck up some of your shit to get the point across, that's just how it's gonna be. Because that's what I wonder. Because whether it's and ultimately whether it's Christian terrorism or Muslim terrorism, it's ungodly and unreligious to begin with. Stop acting like um, these religions are the reason why people are committing these acts. No, people are psychopathic. They're sociopaths. The reason why they're using religion is because that's not the only way. That's a way to get away with devilish acts, using God as a buffer to not have to prolong the consequences of the things you do that are detrimental to other people. Because at the end of the day, Christian or Muslim, whatever religion you are, whatever race you are, you have a family and people that care about you. No matter how much right you do, no matter how much right you do, no matter how much wrong you do. And we live in a society where we don't count the wrong that we do to other people. And that's really pretty much American culture, like America. And and people don't want to say this, but I mean, predominantly white American culture is used to doing whatever they want to do to anybody and everybody else with no repercussions. And the arrogance of it is, how dare somebody say no more, or I'm not gonna have you come over here in the first place because you ain't about shit. That's a problem for most. Or since I know you're gonna take the fight to me, I'm gonna take it to you first. Like, and why would they even think that? Why would? Come on now. You know, I mean, just think about it. Like, America as a country was supposed to be Christian, right? There was nothing Christian or God or Christian about the way that Europeans came to this country and killed, raped, murdered the natives. There's nothing godly about that. There's nothing godly and Christian about the transatlantic slave trade. Nothing. That's terroristic. There's nothing, you know, Christian or godly about the the Jim Crows, the quote unquote legal immigration. I really don't want to bring other people into this, but I am, you know, illegal immigrations or discrimination or oppression, or there's nothing godly about any of that kind of stuff. There's nothing godly about denying somebody something because you want to live a better lifestyle than them, and the only way to do it is by imposing imposing obstacles to fuck up their life so you can have a bigger couch, a bigger TV, a bigger truck, a bigger, you know, a finer thread of clothes than somebody else to feel important. There's nothing godly about that. That's all terroristic in itself. So at the end of the day, you know, there was nothing. There's nothing to to be shocked about because currently they in a worldview there may be no more bigger terrorist than the Christian one worldwide abroad and European Christian in particular. You know, the people just forget about. I mean, Australia looked mighty white, and it was never that way. Don't you think there was some terrorism there? Just like America, just like South America, just like Central America, just like the fact that we call it America in Australia, even though they ain't its original name. Ask the people who was there first. You know, just like Africa. the Caribbean, the Middle East, Asia. These are all countries that use. These are all countries that America has influenced with violence and Christian and religion. So when you bring God into play and you're willing to poison people, murder people, lynch people, rape people, separate families, behead people for not subscribing to a bastardized form of religion so you can get ahead, that pretty much that you're a terrorist on your own, you know. And in my opinion, I mean, I don't really know, why are people really worried about Islamic terrorists doing things to people? I mean, my thing is, I pretty much see it as the world is pretty much terrorized by Christians, and they're sick of it. Ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. You know, what would Jesus do? None of this shit that this Christian nation is quote unquote doing for the betterment of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I don't. Right. That's how I look at it. I'm just saying. Peace.